I mean, how old?
Under her pillow.
Under her pillow, yeah. Close.
Yeah. And children, how old is she?
She's 9 in August.
See, children's bodies heal so quickly. They're more prone to scars than we are, because that's what scarring is actually when it heals so quickly. So what I was told to share with you is if you use some black tourmaline to help ground her, and also some red carnelian, that will, strangely enough, slow the process of healing down a little bit, but it allows it to happen at a more perfect pace. So adults, we tend not to get scars because it takes us so long for a wound to heal, but children get scars because it heals so quickly.
Can you tell me these later so I won't
Absolutely,
forget?
absolutely, yeah. Deborah and I both have some black tourmaline and some carnelian here, and so I think between the two of us, we can give you a little prescription package.
Great, thank you.
But there is, as I have heard, not any illness, any situation, emotional, physical, spiritual, mental, that cannot be transmuted and healed through crystals. There is a piece or a combination of pieces and an intention that you set that can help you move into any new situation that you want. There's such amazing pieces for us to work
Yeah,
with.
they're just, transmuters of different types of chronic pain. We've seen diabetes extremely, affected. All sorts of chronic conditions that are not very affected by Western medicine or traditional medicine or pharmaceutical medicine. There's a lot of different crystal allies that can come through and shift that. Even, Katrina Raphael did some really beautiful research on AIDS and curing AIDS through crystals. So, cancer, you name it. So that's a very powerful.
AIDS is a virus, and viruses are manifestations of lower self-worth. So crystals increase your self-worth because they, of course, have such a natural self-worth. Crystals have been used all throughout Egypt, and 200 references in the Bible on crystals. In 5,000-year-old Chinese ancient medicine, the original acupuncture needles were crystals. They've been used for thousands and thousands of years, transcending all religions, all cultures, all forms of medicine. Crystals have been present. So, it is funny when people say, oh, the New Age crystals. No, it's really not New Age. This is New Age. It's more rediscovered use of them. They've been around. The Egyptians had talismans in their tombs. They had amethyst, and Muhammad, the prophet of Islam, always wore red carnelian rings because he trusted that it helped keep him grounded when he went into dangerous situations. So they've been around. If you look them up, they're all over history and time. Yeah.
When you say grounded, what does that mean?
Grounded. Well, what happens is, do you remember in my meditations, not every time, but you normally hear me say something about being in the ethers and having that white light come in, but then also grounding and going deep into Mother Earth. When you're not grounded and you're top light with energy, there's almost kind of an inferred ceiling. Your guides won't let you get too light because then you'd start leaving your body. So by grounding, literally keeping your feet on the ground, enables the light in your aura to open up and allow more light to come in because you're not going to fly away. So my guides are telling me, think of like a helium balloon. You don't want to fly away, but as you put a magnet on the bottom of a helium balloon, and then you get to stay here and see it floating, so it keeps you grounded into the earth and allows more light to come in, which enables you to expand more. So grounding keeps you basically, because when you become a light body, then you start defying the laws of gravity. And so you need the grounding to stay grounded. That's why a lot of healers will gain weight, because it used to stay grounded. So
Just consciously sending your energy down into Mother Earth. Just, as with most of the meditations, Danielle does with the sending your grounding cord or from your, base chakra, or even a lot of people do it through their sacral center down into the earth, and just consciously allowing that energy to connect so you're fully in your body. And it opens you up to be able to hold greater frequencies of light when you're grounded.
It's like an umbilical cord.
Can I just add something?
Yes.
Because when you are not feeling grounded, you might experience things like lightheadedness, nausea, headache, like if you had just come out of a deep meditation and you're not grounded, you might go out in your car and drive home and then get in an accident. So it's good to always ground yourself. That's because there are physical manifestations of not being grounded.
Yeah, I tell people sometimes when we have a really long 2 or 3 hour class and there's, for some reason, there's a lot of shifts and change, I will tell people as they're walking out the door to make sure they're grounded. And one way you can do that Vienna Steibel taught us was go out and touch all 4 corners of your car before you get in it. That will help you ground.
Drinking water.
Make that kinesthetic
Yeah,
connection
water.
to your car will keep you grounded as well.
So, the Chinese feng shui, before you when you purchase your house, you go to 4 corners, and the blessing, maybe similar.
Very grounding, yeah. So, and trust yourself when you grab a crystal. I've got a large 12-inch Subway sandwich size smoky quartz that sits on my coffee table, and that's it's the best way to describe it. It's like a big 12-inch Subway sandwich. And the last couple of nights, I've picked it up and put it on my stomach, and I don't know why, but I mean it just shifted and digestion and clearing, and it allowed me to purge some things, and I don't know why I did it. I just sort of felt compelled, but for the last 2 or 3 nights in a row, I've picked it up and put it in my lap, which my dog wasn't happy about because that was his spot. I had to put it to this. He sort of jumped in my lap and went, "What's that?" And he went off and sat on the ottoman. Yes, you had a question.
I wanted to share something. I had in meditation a vision of this structure, and so I started building it with toothpicks, and I realized that it was crystals. So a few weeks later, I got invited to a crystal show, not a show, but like where people sell crystals to places, and out in the dirt, like off to the side, there was a palette of selenite, and I didn't know what selenite was. I really don't know much about crystals, but when I saw these like laying in the dirt, they weren't even priced. They weren't really in the show even for sale, and there was a lot of them, like a palette of like huge amounts, and I just went